sense of imagination is very well.
Wọ́n ní olórí burúkú Òdùmọ̀ṣù sọ lánàá pé ìtorí àwọn ọmọ ẹni yẹn ipe pathologist mọ̀ wọ́n níbẹ̀ yẹn ni wọ́n ṣe gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe tí pọ̀rọ̀ ti ń jọra wọn. Pathologist mọ̀ wọ́n níbẹ̀ yẹn lọ ṣe gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe tí pọ̀rọ̀ ti ń jọra wọn. Mo fẹ́ pè yàn kan mi ṣe nurse sorry mi ṣe GP mo fẹ́ pè yàn kan tó bá gbé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ fún ara yín. So tí n bá ní mo support pé kí bọ̀dá mú ìwà máa dá sọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad mọ́ èmi máa ń láì kí n mú yàn bíbẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ pè yàn kan. Please, I don't want you to say that here. But we need our money back here, please. Don't bring it here, please. Sister Toyin, are you online? Sister Toyin.
Toyin ma ti wá rogo lọ́wọ́ ẹ o.
Hello, ma. Toyin, baby, are you online? Can you block all these bastards?
Hello. Hello, PJ.
The office is letting me. Auntie, good morning, ma. Good morning, ma. I'm on live, please, ma. Can you give us 5 minutes, please?
5 minutes, okay.
I want to ask you, Mofe, you are on live, ma. I'm streaming on all my pages. Yeah. Please, ma, I want to ask you some questions, which I asked you yesterday, but I want you to come and please come and explain to us.
Yeah, ma. I'll try with my best of knowledge, whatever I can do to support you, no problems.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So intellectual by not only listen here.
The pathologist that went to get Mohbad's tissue for autopsy and pathology and everything, they came back and tell us it was inconclusive. Number one, and number two, the lawyer that was part of the pathologist said yesterday that where they took the Europe country they took the sample to, they did not collect money from us, which I asked you some questions yesterday, ma'am. Please, can you explain to us, ma'am? Because with your level of intelligence and in the health sector, please, ma'am, check bẹ́ẹ̀ ma'am. Kí ló máa wà efficient. Please, ma'am, check aṣọ Yorùbá bí òyìnbó, ẹ̀sọ́ òyìnbó, ma'am.
It's on TikTok and all that. There are some certain words.
Okay, oh yeah, eso Yubama.
I saw that Shemo. Our words on my flagging. Okay. Though I've not been part of what is going on with Justice for Mohbad, but I want to give you advice or explain things to you in my best. How would I put it? With my experience in the health sector, I practice in the UK and I run a private practice myself. That we do quite a lot of investigation and we do send specimen to labs and all that. But looking at the issue here, you mentioned two major issues. You said it was the result was inconclusive. Inconclusive is very broad and sometimes it can be vague. Unless we see the report itself, I'm not sure if they've published the report, then we can look at what they mean by inconclusive. Inconclusive could mean that they couldn't use the specimen, or the specimen was not good enough to be checked.
Yes, ma. Sorry, ma. I forgot to tell you. The pathologist said it in court. Because of Bosheshe body Mohbad. Ipe àwọn lè discover nǹkan tó pa Mohbad ipe but àwọn mọ̀ pé kò sí egbògi olówó lára ẹ̀ ipe kò dẹ̀ sí ó dẹ̀ sọ another thing so
me pé wọ́n test the result yẹn ló wà inconclusive.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà.
Bí pé wọ́n test rárá wọ́n lè lo specimen yẹn. This is what I'm saying, it's two things. Ṣé ní pé bóyá wà inconclusive yẹn, like I said, it's very broad. Inconclusive could mean that okay, we'll carry out tests here with the specimen and they could not find what happened. They could not find any cause of death. Whether the tissue or the sample to one low were good enough or contaminated. That is why it's very important for that report. But the report from the lab, lab issue, you need to demand for it. The original report, because the original report will say exactly from tissue to the bone to the blood to anything specimen. So categorically findings more.
Okay.
Blood, this is what we found. Other tissue, this is what we found. We need to see that, BJ. Otherwise, even go the top surgeon, the top doctor, without seeing the lab report chronological report, from A to Z what they did. So inconclusive, yet to me it's very big, so we need to actually see it. My own concern is the fact that they said lab will protest Moshi. On what ground? The lab will if they've already paid what's so pathologists also 60 million or 10 million or 12 million. Could be specimen no still lab. Right? They now took the specimen. So meaning the doctor to one Nigeria pathologist.
Oh, auntie me. What's up Emma Binuma because me walking here and got something. Only because the body was not preserved. The specimen was not preserved.
Hey, Bukky JC.
I said to you, I said not paying. Not paying could be based on the fact that this was actually not done. The specimen was probably rejected. The specimen was probably not good enough. It happens a lot, even in the UK. Like I said, I run a private practice and we do a lot of specimen. By the time you take that specimen, how should transport take the become below?
One post anymore.
That is number one. One post they was just specimens never present. System when you want look something they all those questions need to be answered. She what freeze was it then just DHL beloni, she frozen pack no loni, she what preserve chemical and it don't think all those things matter depending on what are we trying to achieve, what specimen are we sending. They said it's tissue, fair enough. We need to see that. Then the lab, was that specimen actually rejected? And a point to say, this specimen was rejected in the lab because they couldn't use it. Then the lab would probably not have charged them. So there is a lot of misrepresentation of words saying we won't charge and we'll fellowship. How come? Can you affiliate the pathologist in Peru, Nigeria, Peru lab to one in UK or US or Romania or wherever talking on paid specimen law? Why would they not charge? I asked that question. I said, why have they not charged for a service they were supposed to provide? It is not a cheap service. So what? There's probability. Please, I'm using probability here because I know we're live and a lot of people are watching. That specimen was probably rejected. So therefore, there was nothing carried out on it. So they will not charge. Even you were saying that UK, yes, we could. So we need the name of that lab where that specimen was sent to. Right? Then we need to know how was this specimen transported from Nigeria to the lab. Any requirements of someone, she need to post the show me the requirements here. How long no take it or no? If I could give it, report to someone that seriously never rejected. They will never say it was inconclusive. They will not use that word. Right? This specimen contaminated because it was not preserved properly. Right? Listen to what I'm saying. There's probability that they did not carry out anything with that specimen. Say they will not charge. So I be Nigeria not below. I might be saying, okay, maybe not. Any lab to any license will not do that. Even here, specimen gets rejected a lot of time and they will tell you the reason. They might get it to the lab and they might then realize that they're not going to get anything out of it because the specimen itself is not viable. They won't use it. And why would they charge? So somebody's saying that how? What is the relationship between the lab and the pathologist? She only take just get. She only take business for one of it. Right? So mistake many. Or was that specimen actually rejected? Or was the specimen actually not good enough to be used? Then the report will say it. The original report from the lab will actually highlight what happened to that specimen. It's very easy. The original report, not the one the pathologist to base it out. I'm talking about the original report that was actually issued, which can be verified. Romania, Europe, it is very easy to find out. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's very easy because that lab has the license to protect. It's like the way I'm working. I have my license to protect. I cannot falsify document, and we have the right to ask the public, have the right to ask for the original report. Because I okay, what by specimen, what by blood, what by tissue. The report for the blood is different from the report that you get from the tissue. Every aspect, every specimen, talk about my new report. Then they will tell us what happened to that report. By the time they received it, if they said they received it and they rejected that specimen, they will tell us the reason why it was rejected, which is probability 90% probability that it was probably not used. That was why they did not charge, rather than saying, oh, fellowship, how? In Europe? Tell me something I do not know. Tell me something I do not know. Understand? Maybe we can even call somebody. I know a lot of pathologists here that work in the lab that they can come and tell you what happened when specimen arrived, what they do, how they manage specimen, how specimen is supposed to be transported. You know that this is Nigeria we're talking about. It will take about maybe a week before it gets to where it's going. Call the DHL go. How does DHL do it? Do you get it? Under a DNA test, you can verify how they transport DNA test from Nigeria to UK to test. Which does it a lot. That they will take specimen from Nigeria. There's a certain way you do it. So these pathologists need to tell us. Tell the public. It's public fund, right? They need to tell us. How did you do it? Which lab did you use? How did you transport it? How come they're saying that the lab did not charge? What is your relationship with the lab? Do you have a stake? Has someone paid the lab on behalf of the public? That is why they're not charging, because I've never had it anywhere in Europe where they would do something for no. So we need to find out. So there are lots of questions that we need to ask, and I know you can champion that. You need to start asking questions. Don't leave any stone unturned. The questions start from this pathologist person. Now we know his name. We need to verify clinical application and where does it work. When you went to take the specimen, how was this specimen transported from Nigeria to the lab? What is the name of the lab? What is the relationship with that lab? How come the lab said they have not charged? Where is the report, original report from the lab? The original report will highlight all those questions. I don't believe that any lab in Europe would do such a job. BJ, it is not a small work. To do it for free, for what? Do you get? Was this specimen actually rejected on arrival? Is that why they did not charge? Check it.
Oh, yeah, ma'am.
Is that why they did not charge? So let's ask questions. Then we take it from there. Then we bring experts. I will get the experts from here that works in the lab to come and analyze the report. We won't hear it. Yes. But the original report here, there's no point we want the original report. Inconclusive. What do you mean by inconclusive? Just get all the specimen that was taken from Nigeria, from tissue to blood, or tissue specimen, that was the blood specimen. So we need to report individual reports. We will first verify from the lab whether that report, they might not want to talk, but they can verify if that report was issued by them. Right? Then we then start analyzing the report one by one. How come they are breathing too much? Charge when they fail understand. So because if the pathologist is a mistake, the lab then is compromised. You can't do that. Then that man will be in trouble in Nigeria. Because if you have a stake, this is a very high profile case. If you have a stake in that business, it's between below. Stake meaning show interest in Benny, show more worrying, show more lab with any working relationship. How can you collect 16 million for a service, then you now took the specimen to the lab, and the lab did not charge, and you did not come back to say, integration for me, or the lab did not charge. How come now?
They did not even tell me so for the lab will charge.
That's what I'm saying. I don't follow justice for Mohbad. I'm just telling you for professional opinion. That, okay, you collected certain money that you want to do something for something, whatever kind of business, and then you now got there. The lab did not charge that 16 million. Has it made a refund to say, okay, maybe part of 90% of the fund to back cost of doing this job is for the lab. 10%.
No, Auntie me. No, share it gongo, moti confirm that 16 million service charge it here. Full lab. According to Kotos of me. If you 10 million, look
ridiculous. If they're always telling you that. So for him to just take a segment in Nigeria is 16 million.
Yes, 16 million, Obama. 10 million.
So, no, to carry out this test itself, she will break it down for you. I'm taking the specimen. Okay, now I want to test for diabetes, for example. I run a clinic, I've seen you, I said, okay, I need a blood test. Okay? The cost that you're paying me for that service is inclusive. I'm the clinician, I'm the one that is doing the assessment. I'm the one that is already diagnosed with, maybe I diagnosed you with coronary diabetes. Now I want to take your blood test, I'm taking it to the lab. But would I now say, okay, I'm charging you 60 million for my consultation, then the lab?
Benima.
Where is the breakdown?
Benima. In Koto Somba and Shen Boma. Ìgbà tó bèrè 60 million, wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fún ní 10 million. 60 million yẹn jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé owó tó jẹ́. Ó kúrò láti Ìbàdàn. Hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì tó tún lọ jẹ́ sí mà. Àwa la sanwó yẹn. Àwọn owó public náà lọ fi sanwó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. Wọ́n sanwó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. Owó tó gbà ni pé owó pé òun máa mú specimen Mohbad. Òun máa mọ́mí ṣe kí tún jẹ́ ayé sí mà. Wọ́n tún ra, according to them, wọ́n ra package almost 2.something million. Tó fi package, tó fi post ẹ̀. Kò tún yọ́nú 60 million yẹn mà. So owó ṣe pé ó jẹ́ ṣẹ́rí àti mi professional ló fi kó wọn lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ́. Tẹ bá bọ̀ bọ̀dá yọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Bọ̀dá yọ̀ ní it's a professional.
Were they supposed to then pay the lab separately from that 16 million?
Ìyẹn la fẹ́ jẹ́ kó wá ṣàlàyé fún wa sí. But according to àlàyé tí bọ̀dá yọ̀ ṣe fẹ́ mi o. Owó ṣe ní 16 million lọ́pẹ́ fún mi mà.
Okay, they told you this iṣẹ́ showing cost 16 million. Now I'm asking question. I wasn't part of this. I didn't understand. But this is the question I would ask. You want to carry out this service for us, right? So you're charging 16 million. The 16 million, does this include taking the specimen and the lab testing?
No, ma.
If they now said no, then people need to start questioning who agreed this kind of agreement, who made this agreement with that man. Because if you told me you're taking the specimen just to take specimen sample is 16 million, which is questionable. You know how much that is in pounds? Do you know how much that is in dollars? To just take a specimen.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm
not being insensitive, I'm just being factual.
Yeah, please, man. Go ahead.
Was there written anywhere between this man and our top chef that the lab will do it for free, or the lab will charge extra? Because I've not heard that from everything we've been talking about things. A lab will charge extra. My belief is the way things are supposed to be done is, as a pathologist, you have agreed to do this job. Whether over lab, whether over transportation, you should have given them that invoice that will cover this as a whole, rather than saying 16 million to take a sample. Sorry, what kind of sample? Tissue sample? Blood sample? Then let's ask question. I think you need to start asking question, and I hope you're making notes. That question is, we need to see the agreement between them and the pathologist, because, like you said, this is public money. It's a GoFundMe, and they are accountable. They are accountable to the public that contributed the money. Nobody can say otherwise. Everybody involved, including the pathologist, including the solicitor that pays the pathologist, they are accountable. Meaning, let's show where is the invoice. Timani issue. The invoice said we're charging 60 million for this service. If it does not include the lab money, then it should have been noted. I'm a business person, I understand what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, we need also to report not You got a pathologist code? No. The original lab report will tell you on arrival the day his specimen tomorrow receiving. They will tell you exactly what was wrong with the specimen. They will tell you exactly whether they were able to actually use that specimen or not. So that is why I said inconclusive. I would love to see the CTC so that I will read it myself. Then we will go and bring an expert. Like I said to you, I will get an expert that would analyze that report to you from from A to Z of the report. Yes, you will be online, we will analyze it, then you will see. Do you get?
Yes, ma'am.
They shouldn't use that fake of pay. The lab did not charge money yet. That one is actually compromised. But it compromised a lot of things. Why would the lab not charge money? Why? Is it because the lab somebody pays for that? Is it because the lab has interest in Mohbad's case? Is it because the lab has affiliates with the pathologists in Nigeria? So if it's a professional, his own license is actually at risk because people will start asking questions. Like, what kind of pathologist are you? How did you transport it? Was it DHL? Was it frozen? Was it like in ice pack? How was it transported? How long? When did you post it? Where is the evidence of the post? Which courier did you use? Is it DHL? Are they actually specialists in transporting specimen? This is Nigeria we're talking about, BJ.
And Auntie, can I quickly tell you something, ma'am? The same pathologist, Loshe private pathologist for Baba Sylvester Tokunjo, see? The same pathologist came back to tell Sylvester's father that the result was inconclusive.
Mr. Oluwatosin, how you doing, my love?
With good results, no.
Mr. Oluwatosin, she has 50 million naira. Miwa, you're sure.
I don't want to condemn that pathologist. I don't know him, but we can look into him. Once we've got the name now, we will look at what he's done. We will ask questions.
That's missing you, Ekabo.
Talk to him. Because we will ask questions and said, okay, where was this happen? How was it transported? The courier you used? How did they do it? How have they done it? Are they specialists in transporting specimen? Has it transported and arrival to the place? Give us the name of the lab. There's no secrecy in these now. If we know the name of the lab, you can question the lab. Do you know that this kind of thing, it happens that, okay, at the end of the day, you don't need to accept. If you do a test somewhere and they said it's inconclusive or there's question about the report, you're entitled to seek for another place for it to be taken to another place, for you to seek for a second opinion. It happens a lot in
And Auntie, can I quickly ask a question, ma? Is it possible when specimen shaking it all about it, lo man je best?
That's why I said that now should be very, very. Should be Kimakawa to look in it, get a candle at the Google to Nibi. Oh, never say you were also identity now. And I will cry for the worship. Okuto no 20 years, they know great. Somebody, what's it? They still use test on it. But that's what I'm saying, that there's probability that the way they handle the specimen itself, like I said, I'm not there. I am just saying in my own opinion that it might be the way they handle the specimen before they got it there. The specimen itself was already probably rejected. The way, knowing, especially with this person, to go open and honest with you guys. There's a probability, that's what social probability for me, that the specimen was probably rejected in that lab. That was why they did not test it. That was why probably they did not. That's why they didn't pay. Because
Auntie, me ma gbàgbé pé tó bá mọ̀ pé tó bá wá padà sọ fún wa kó reject ẹ̀, ó máa fẹ́ bèrè refund 60 million. Owó dẹ̀ ní fẹ́ kó sílẹ̀.
Nigeria. But that is why I say that, Jemo, I want to want a new thing. On behalf of your brain, you cannot. I'm not blaming anybody. Please don't get me wrong. But when you want to deal with people like that, but what pathologist, or vulnerability and what team, Baba. If you at the end of the day, you won't have a doctor, you won't have somebody. So what? Don't need knowledge about what to deal with this person from day one.
Exactly.
The person would have been asked.
Auntie me, it's a long way Auntie me, one I sit back. Why to go check professional? When I was ready stop there. Come on, I want this stop there. I want pork nose in my.
Okay, lawyer no represent, but I understand. Solicitor, can you solicit someone in medical? Okay, tell me, what the solicitor, you go to lawyer, you go to medical lawyer. Lawyer, okay, medical law, no matter. Well, they want the nitty-gritty of the questions, a professional, or a doctor, or someone who is in the medical profession. No matter, that's the theory. For example, to say, okay, this is it. She blood in it. How are we going to transport it? She didn't look at Benny. She fed destiny. I didn't aware of what we put in the back. Jenny, come walking in the back. You'll see you. What's destiny? Everything went to handle some things now. Or are we actually going to fly? I would expect that pathologist to sit in the brain himself to fly with that person. Presiding it. And actually, yes, go fly. It happens a lot with that placement. Could they declare for airline that this is what I'm doing? He's saying, you know, this is what he does.
Then
It's sad that, Emo, what I people say, you're there, but at the end of the day, if things are not done properly, this is what you will get. Honestly, I'm sorry to say, if things are not done properly, you will get there. And it's just a shame that, you know, if one in Nigeria that a lot of anymore. That person can actually be only change within that because people don't want to change it. Again, because it does so people are paying go to the airport or place or things. How at my exchange hands before you get there? And they laugh, you know, dollar behind the rejected. I don't. I don't want to say that compromise. Because in any part of Europe, I know because of their license, it's very, very difficult. It must be very difficult for that lab to compromise and to change results. It's very difficult because they know that license will go down the drain for it. But for Nigeria now, say yes. So two things would have happened. They would have probably received a contaminated specimen, so therefore they couldn't use it, or they received the specimen, they could not use it because one thing or the other has happened to it, or they received a total different, who knows? The original report of that lab is very important. If anybody wants to clamor for anything, it's to clamor for not the report, the pathologist, the one report. That is not going to tell us anything. We don't want that. We want the original report. The names, then we can verify that this lab issued the report because the date will be there, the time will be there. We can verify to say, was this we should want. They said yes, the lab report was issued by themselves. Then we start analyzing it. We bring experts. This is the issue. We bring experts. Everybody, to jack of all trades. You might be a doctor, but at the end of the day, you're not a pathologist. You're not the one who is going to work in the lab. We bring experts, so that will analyze that report from A to Z. Then we will see. Once we're able to confirm that report, to confirm that the lab within the Europe actually issued it. That is it. Then we can actually confirm, look, so the reason if they paid or not. I'm just not comfortable with the fact that will not pay. I'm not saying that people will not fraud. Nothing, but the man, the pathologist himself, Nigeria, it's very easy now. He himself, he knows that his license, the one he license to practice now. He drag it, he be questions that, okay, we will say the wrong money, we will not say the wrong money. No, system lab, don't know Europe, not Luciani. Tell them, lab, don't know Europe, shop and not the wrong money for him. Shopping. How can you be saying, baby, mental software, that's a form of
lawyer tó jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ló sọ, lawyer tó jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́, lawyer tó introduce ẹ̀ sí wọn ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lọ ṣe. Àdántí mi ṣe rí ìyá Mohbad dẹ̀ ti sọ kí result yìí tó jáde. Ó ní wọn lè rí nǹkan kan. He said it. Ìyá Mohbad said it. Ó ní wọn lè rí nǹkan kan.
So what could have probably changed? And that's why I said to you that we need to be a very deep critical.
Àdántí mi ṣe kí tún ṣọ́ọ̀kì sáàni wá sọ kíní kan ní last inquest ìgbà tó interview ẹ̀. Ó ní tabari lè fẹ́ justice. Ó ní don't look at the body of Mohbad. Ó ní everybody in that house ní káwọn èèyàn focus ní lórí. Kí ló mì nìyẹn? Á ti ní nǹkan tí bàbá yẹn gan náà rí.
Because you see, because that kind of lawyer, the Pakistan, what's the more system to one on the ground in Nigeria? That's why I said to you, a lot of things that happen to that person. Trust me, when I said to you, a lot. Because the specimen play a key role in the report you're going to get. The specimen could go 100 years and still be done. I'm telling you. But in the case of Nigeria, a lot could have happened. From when that specimen was taken to the origin of the specimen to the final destination. I don't think it will have gone through different hands before it gets to where it's going. So if you understand what I'm saying, then you understand that I don't want you to worry so much about it. Of course, a lot could have happened.
I can bend air.
Who is going to transport it to how it was transported to where it's going? But
It's moving. I'm at the bathtub. I put my towel away. That's how I clean.
a lot would have happened to that specimen before. So she did the auto delapie. Sherry Lapie, you keep putting the point out there. You need the name of the man. They have to disclose it. If they don't disclose it, the original report for the fact that public money, right? Because it's any problem, but I want to manage justice for Mohbad. Everybody is fighting everybody. What for? They're not focusing on the main issue. Public money, let me say me. Then we public have the right to demand for the original report. Why are we then here? What is all this about? No now, and we are not focused. Someone that you paid to do a service, you came out, you asked people to contribute money. Everybody contributed money. When now put that money and we give it, you say it for what? Then we're questioning. Supposed to be on this pathologist and say, where did you take it to? How did you do it? When did you do it? Of taking the specimen, the process of transporting it, the name of the lab, then the original report from the lab, not the report, because two reports will come out. Now, my issue report for pathologists are one for report here, sister. Am I not today? Now, I issue reports. So, it's a common share, you're ready or she common report. So, report originally not any from one present in the court. The lab is focused. I'm not saying become on your margin with justice from everybody. But everybody, I think, as a Motoni, ulterior motive, as a Motoni good motive, I'm not part of your team. But at the end of the day, I can only give my expert opinion on what I know. And when it comes to medical issues, like I said, I run a private practice here, and I do lots of private tests, and I do lots of specimen, I do lots of to lab, I deal with lots of different labs within UK itself that are private. And I've worked in NHS, and I can tell you for free that something does not make sense when somebody just come out and say they couldn't, in conclusion, they can't find words after many years. The medical person, ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wọ́n á dìgbò kú jáde wọ́n á gbé jáde wọ́n á yọ bóòlù wọ́n á yọ eyín wọ́n á yọ ilé wọ́n á yọ tọ́ wọ́n á dẹ̀ tọ́ fún yín. They will come back and tell you. So duration also be the preservation of wealth in Nigeria. Níbi solo gbé wà Ọlọ́run kó bá fún Mohbad níbi tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n yẹn. So duration also be the preservation of wealth in Nigeria. Níbi solo gbé wà. One they might preserve it, once they use different kind of chemicals that to actually damage, but there are still things that can still be used to verify it. Of course, that's correct. So that is not a good excuse to say that certain things might on in theory, but at the end of the day. But imagine I go too deep into that because that will become very insensitive to the dead body. So we still have to respect all that. But focus, deviate. So those questions we need to ask.
Okay.
I understand.
Yes.
I know you're doing your best. But once we're able to get the original report, we will come back with an expert. Like I said, expert from the UK, with myself, that will look at that and we will analyze it one by one. I foresee where then we'll go through it. We'll tell you what is there. Kilele mean. But yes, stay focused.
Okay, ma.
Stay focused.
Okay, ma. Collectively, we all say thank you, ma. God bless you, ma. Jehovah, we honor you, ma. We appreciate your time, ma, because I know you are very busy. We appreciate you, ma. Thank you, ma. Bye-bye, ma.
All right, darling. Okay, ma.
I saw Kintoma Sorolo. I saw somebody's comment here. Charles, you have gone. Ẹni yẹn sọ pé ṣe bí mo sọ pé wọn kì í sọ kọ́kọ́ fún mi. Ipe báwo ni mo ṣe máa wá ń bọ̀ tàti mama sọ pé mo fọwọ́ sọ̀yà tí mo máa sọ̀rọ̀ on their behalf. Ipe dem báwo mo ṣe mọ gbogbo information yìí. Ìwọ lórí burúkú tó kọ comment yẹn wá gbọ́ ìsì ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ. Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ most of this information ni. I knew nothing. Ìjọ Friday. Ìgbà tó sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe autopsy tí mo bá wọn bọ́ta béèrè owó. Mo ti sọ fún yín mi ò kí ń tọpinpin because tí n bá tọpinpin jù náà wọ́n á ní nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Bukky ló gbé síta. Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi. Ebi ò dẹ̀ ní kó sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi. Bàbá Mohbad ti wà ńbẹ̀. Bọ̀dá mú ìwà tí mo feel pé is intelligent, is educated. Ó ti wà ńbẹ̀ kí mo ti fẹ́ máa ṣe. All what I'm doing is solicit and analyze nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé màmá pè wọ́n pé ó yẹ sọ fún kílẹ̀ ti sọ. No, I don't do that.
All you do is fight people who can help.
Tí nǹkan bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ẹsẹ̀ ṣẹ́wọ̀n báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀? Ìmí nǹkan discernment ni ìmí nǹkan mo kàn lọ gbọ́ orí mi láti fi put two and two together ni. Ìwọ lórí kúkú tó ń bẹ̀ èmi ń tán gbogbo yàn. Etí bá ń tàn yàn máa débi ká dé. They told me pé ẹni yìí ṣe báyìí ẹni ló ṣe báyìí wọ́n tètè sorúkọ fún mi gan.
Kò ní dá fún yín.
Wọ́n sorúkọ ẹni yẹn fún mi wọ́n kàn sọ pé òun ló ṣe iṣẹ́ Sylvester. Iṣẹ́ Sylvester tó lè ṣe gan ìgbà tí kíní yẹn ti ń pẹ́ jù tí mo sọ pé ẹ ṣe pé ní professional ní lọ́ní professional pé òun ló ṣiṣẹ́ Sylvester. Mo dẹ̀ rántí pé Sylvester Oroboni tó ṣe náà ó padà wá sọ pé inconclusive ni. Tèmi bá ti mọ gbogbo ilé ìbá ti sọ pé ẹ bá má lò mí mọ̀ and I can't question. Tí bàbá ò bá ti lè question tí bọ̀dá mú ìwà tó wà ń bẹ̀ ìjọ Friday mo bi bọ̀dá mú ìwà mo ní báwo lẹ ṣe máa gbéṣẹ́ fún yàn ṣé ẹ follow up ni wọ́n nígbà tó jẹ́ professional àwọn ò fẹ́ tọpinpin mo ní what the f
àwọn olódo
tí gbogbo ilé ẹ̀gbọ́n tí mo wá sọ́ńtà mo ní màá gbéṣẹ́ fún lọ́ọ̀yà kansin mi ní tọpinpin tó bá mẹ̀sẹ̀ up ńkọ́.
When I ask question to Sanshit, when I say why is Sanshit not doing this, even with Sanshit, the same problem with Sanshit too.
Èèyàn sọ pé òun evidence pé
they don't verify Sanshit.
Spending is part of the people in that house. Ẹni kò need. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ tí gbọ́ nǹkan tí Sanu something San if we truly want justice we should not look at the body. Àwọn èèyàn 15 yẹn màá wá fún yín ní reason tí mo fi sọ pé èèyàn 15 yẹn important. Tí mo dẹ̀ gbọ́ voice yìí náà tẹ́ni yìí send voice yìí sí mi tí mo send ẹ̀ sí baba Mohbad tí baba Mohbad ń sọ fún mi pé ṣé baba Mohbad tẹ̀ ní àbí bọ̀dà mú ìwà mo send voice sí baba Mohbad ìgbé kan lọ fi wọn ṣítù ipe ẹni yìí ó jẹ́ kán arrest mo ní gbogbo àwọn tó wà nílé yẹn ló jẹ́ kán summon mo sọ fún bọ̀dámù ìwà náà bọ̀dámù ìwà ni wọn kàn lè máa summon everybody ẹ jẹ́ kí n play voice yẹn kẹ wá sọ fún mi bí a kò ní ìdìkan lọ kó gbogbo wọn nílé yẹn tó bá kó gbogbo wọn àṣírí ikú tó pa Mohbad máa yọ ẹ jẹ́ kí n play fún yín voice mo sọ pé mo fẹ́ play fún yín lánàá mo dìde send gbogbo voice sí bàbá Mohbad náà ò dá mi lóhùn. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin lórí burúkú tẹ̀ sọ pé BJ ló dá kinní kan.
This is the fight I have been fighting from the beginning.
Tẹ́mi bá ti kú
and they say Papariano asked too much question. Papariano asked too much question. Papariano asked too much question. You want to this man? Must you tell him what to do? You are telling him what to do. I am telling Baba what to do. Must you tell him what to do? Now we left the man alone. Are you happy with what the man is doing right now?
Me need the voice.
All of you should be happy with what he's doing right now.
On fait LGBT fún mi ni. Ẹ jẹ́ n play fún yín. Ogi àti mọ́mọ́ ìgọ́ tí ń wù mí mú báyìí. Mo ń bọ̀.
Ogi àti mọ́mọ́ kọ́ ó máa lọ pa olórí burúkú. They destroyed everything. Why didn't they bring this consultant in the beginning to question that person?
Okay, ó ti há lélẹ̀. Ó ti há kọ́ ni mo fẹ́. Ara dúró ó ti há kọ́ mo fẹ́. Ó ti há kọ́ mo fẹ́.
Big set yẹn.
Somebody should record it.
Ẹ wo ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú. Ó jì tí èmi àti ẹ̀ tá ti jọ plan everything. Ìgbà tí mo ṣàtúbà sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná mi understand kan tóun náà tó wá ń sọ because ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gangan làwọn fídíò yẹn wà gbogbo bá ṣe dénú lé lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn tó fi di pa àwọn fídíò yẹn ń jà nù yàrá tí Wúmi ṣáà ń pariwo dìde kò tiẹ̀ wáyé wa ń tàn yẹn gbọ̀ngbọ̀ngbọ̀n ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn.
ṣe gbọ́ ṣe rí pé Monday ni Mohbad kú.
So it means spending confess to Yekudi.
gbogbo kiri ṣe gbọ́
Yekudi.
màá sún padà
Yekudi is correct then.
ó ní ìgbà tí kìíní yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn tí Wúmi ń pariwo dìde gbogbo kiri mo sẹ́ni sí bàbá Mohbad.
They send it to Sanshit. Imagine. Even Sanshit refused. Imagine. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about?
Take a lot of things.
Can you see what I'm talking about? Look at spending voice. That is spending voice.
Mi ìbọn bọ̀bọ̀ èrí. Ó kàn wá sínú inbox mi ni. Ó ní 6. Mo ti gbàgbé ọkọ̀ ẹ̀. Màá lọ wo mẹ́sẹ̀gì mi. Màá padà wá sọ fún yín. Ó lóun ṣe driver Mohbad kọ́ ló pe ẹ̀ o. Ó lóun wà pẹ̀lú àwọn tó wà nínú ilé ńjọ́ yẹn. Ó lóun àtàwọn Mohbad làwọn jọ lọ sí concert. Àwọn dẹ̀ jọ padà ni. So ó wá inbox mi. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi?
It's not spending.
Ó láwọn ní fídíò táwọn fẹ́ fún mi.
It just look like spending but not spending. Sorry.
Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí fídíò ó ní kí n fóun nọ́mbà mi.
But somebody should be recording how, not here.
Private number mi gangan mo fún. Kò ń ṣe public number. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Mo dẹ̀ fún nọ́mbà. Èmi dẹ̀ jẹ́ nìkan gbogbo yín mọ̀. Mo hate kí n máa record mi kí n record èèyàn. Mo dẹ̀ hate kí n máa gbé fóònù sétí. So mo like kí n máa transact pẹ̀lú voice. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ lọ. Màá tún wá lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀. So ìgbà tó wá inbox mi nínú inbox Facebook mo wá ní okay kò loud màá loud ẹ̀ máa kó fún sister Comfy àtàwọn critical thinkers wọ́n á lo loudspeaker ẹ tẹ́tí mi ní loudspeaker
àwọn critical wọ́n ṣì wọ́n critical thinker ẹ record ẹ kẹ́ post ẹ you guys should record it post it no need for a Comfy record it
so
let
ẹ
it
máa
play.
gbọ́ mi ní interfere mọ́ ṣé ń gbọ́ mi ní interfere mọ́ gbogbo
I said it is not spending o it's not spending I have corrected that it's not
mo
spending.
ní bàbá iṣẹ́ yìí kọ́ lélẹ̀ ẹ lọ fún SAN gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú ilé yẹn ló jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ gbogbo pé wọ́n pick and choose yẹn àti ìwà justice mo dẹ̀ sọ fún bọ̀dá mú ìwà náà kò kí n ṣe gbogbo èèyàn tí èèyàn bá sọ̀rọ̀ fún náà
someone else in the house
tó bá dáná nìyẹn máa kà kún tẹ́jọ́ ò bá kàn wọ́n wọn ò lè gbé wọn wá sí court that was all I got. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ìtọ́yẹ̀ mi sọ pé mọ́mí rich grace àti bàbá nìkan máa ṣe ń sìn bàbá òde lè sọ pé kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wá mọ́ because pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run àtàwa yìí la jẹ́ ká débi ta délé ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún play kí gbogbo yín gbọ́ mi ní sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́
somebody record it
màá ṣàlàyé fún yín níta ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ lo earpiece ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ dáadáa ẹ lo earpiece ṣe gbọ́ ẹ lo earpiece sódà tẹ́lẹ̀ gbọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún play ń bọ̀ meanwhile ẹ má gbàgbé pé nínú inbox tó send sí mi yẹn ó ti sọ fún mi síbẹ̀ pé òun fẹ́ fún mi láwọn fídíò nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ńjọ́ yẹn lọ́dọ̀ Mohbad nínú ilé ó ti lóun fẹ́ fún mi ní fídíò so ìtọ́jú ẹ̀ ló ṣe continue láti ibi fídíò mi báyìí because èmi ní kó jẹ́ ká lọ sórí WhatsApp ká lọ sọ̀rọ̀ ó yẹ máa gbọ́.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ wo ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú ó jì tí èmi àti ẹ̀ tá ti jọ plan everything ìgbà tí mo ṣàtúbà sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná mi understand kan tóun náà tó wá ń sọ because ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gangan làwọn fídíò yẹn wà gbogbo bá ṣe dénú ilé lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn tó fi dípò àwọn pípín yẹn ń jánu yàrá tí Wúnmi ṣáà ń pariwo dìde kò tiẹ̀ wáyé wa ń time yẹn bọ̀ wọn gangan ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn tí fídíò yẹn dẹ̀ àti ọ́díò méjèèjì ló wà lórí fóònù ẹ̀ èmi dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé fún pé èmi máa kúrò Naija last week yẹn o because òun ó fẹ́ mú ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ lọ sí Ẹ̀gbá lọ́dọ̀ àwọn parent ẹ̀ next thing tó dẹ̀ tún bá mi sọ ní gbogbo alẹ́ àná tèmi dẹ̀ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó dẹ̀ lóun feel safe gbóhùn gan ní láti kúrò Naija náà kóhun tẹ̀ tó lè drop anything èmi dẹ̀ understand it because.
ó jì nìkan lẹ́ ń gbọ́ṣẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó kù ni ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí bàbá yìí sọ ni ó ní lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn táwọn dé láti show which was Monday ni Mohbad kú ó ní lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn táwọn dé láti show.
Exactly. That night, Monday night.
Ó ní OG ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà.
Monday morning.
Record everything. Ó ní àwọn kan ń gbọ́ tí Wùmí ń pariwo dìde. Kí náà ń pariwo dìde fún tí wàá ṣe pọ́n ti pa ọmọ yẹn.
That Mohbad has felt the beat.
Ó ní àwọn kan ń gbọ́ dìde.
And they are telling him wake up.
Òkè tẹ̀ bá ń gbọ́ kí lè tẹ̀ wá ń sọ pé ó dárúkọ OG kí ló kémi pẹ̀lú OG. Nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn ni kẹ́jì mú. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tún bẹ̀rẹ̀. Abẹ́fẹ́ lọ fún tea break ni. eléyìí kọ́ ni mo sọ pé mo ń bọ̀.
Somebody record it and post it.
ẹ wo ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú ó jì tí èmi àti ẹ̀ tá ti jọ plan everything ìgbà tí mo ṣàtúbà sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná mi understand kan tóun náà tó wá ń sọ because ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gangan làwọn fídíò yẹn wà gbogbo bá ṣe dénú ilé lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn tó fi dípò àwọn pípín yẹn ń jánu yàrá tí Wúnmi ṣáà ń pariwo dìde kò tiẹ̀ wáyé wa ń time yẹn bọ̀ gbogbo ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn tí fídíò yẹn dẹ̀ àti ọ́díò méjèèjì ló wà lórí fóònù ẹ̀ èmi dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé fún pé èmi máa kúrò Naija last week yẹn o because òun ó fẹ́ mú ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ lọ sí Ẹ̀gbá lọ́dọ̀ àwọn parent ẹ̀ next thing tó dẹ̀ tún bá mi sọ ní gbogbo alẹ́ àná tèmi dẹ̀ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó dẹ̀ lóun feel safe gbóhùn gan ní láti kúrò Naija náà kóhun tẹ̀ tó lè drop anything èmi dẹ̀ understand it because gbogbo kíní ẹ̀wé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn agan ò lè yọjú sí corona ẹ̀ because tá bá yọjú sí corona àmọ́ plant ọ̀ ní tá bá lọ mọ ibi tí info ti leak ó rí bákan mo dẹ̀ wò pé wẹ́ bóyá tọ́lọ́mbà sábà ṣiṣá tó bá ti rí àwọn owó tó lóun ní tó bá ti kúrò Nàìjíríà èmi máa get back sí yín ẹ má bínú tó lọ lọ́hùn mistake ni kò yẹ kí n ṣe contact yín yẹ kí n jẹ́ kó nǹkan ti kúrò náà kó ti kọjá sí bíbá yìí kí n tiẹ̀ tó contact yín ẹ má bínú ẹ ṣé.
ṣé OG tó máa ń ṣeré yẹn àbí OG wo lè ń sọ yìí OG bàbá tó máa ń ṣeré ṣóhun ni ok so wọn náà fẹ́ travel lọ sí South Africa ok so èlò ló máa cost ẹ tó bá fẹ́ lọ sí South Africa ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ but ẹ kàn lè sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí kí n believe yín a gbọ́dọ̀ ní evidence pókè o ẹni ìfẹ́ lọ sí ẹni yìí ní nǹkan tá à ń sọ lọ́wọ́ kó má dàbí ọ̀rọ̀
the same game kan lò fún Yomi
àwọn látọ̀ sọ pé àwọn ní fídíò bí Mohbad ṣe kú tó wọ́n send the video 3 seconds ok.
This is recently.
And another question. Ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀.
This is even recent.
Ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀.
Àṣírí wọn ti tú.
Má sí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbà tí.
This is plan work. This may even be plan work.
Sínú yàrá yẹn. But ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀.
This may even be plan work. It's recently now.
Ẹ̀wà nù ilé ń jọ yẹn ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀.
After this 3 seconds video.
Ẹ̀wà nù àwọn tó sọ pé 15 tó wà nù ilé yẹn ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀.
Ẹ máa gbọ́.
Let's see the game they are playing here.
Hello ma, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo wà nílé, gbogbo ala wà nílé lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn. Ní òru, èmi spending, OG lifestyle, gbogbo ala wà nílé. Èèyàn kan, àwọn méjì nìkan tán sí bẹ́ẹ̀, òun náà ni Darusha. Òru ọjọ́ yẹn ló ń kúrò nílé. Bá ṣe ń dé kò tẹ́ bá wọlé gan, Darusha lọlé. Prime boy yẹn kò bá délé rárá ní tiẹ̀. So ìsàlẹ̀ tí àwa sùn sí pẹ̀lú àdúrà everybody. Èmi gbọ́ ariwo but normal everybody náà ṣe mọ̀ pé ó normal because wọ́n kò sígbà tán kì í ní issue few times tí mi bá wà ń bẹ̀. Most times tí mi máa wà ń bẹ̀ time tí show bá wà because ó máa fún everybody lówó. Tí gbogbo àbá ti wà ní show yẹn everybody àtẹni tó ti ṣe anything everybody máa gbowó. So gbogbo àlà wà ń bẹ̀. So òru ọjọ́ yẹn bá ṣe dé ẹmọ ti rẹ everybody immediately everybody sùn but OG yẹn kò ń sùn tiẹ̀ because ó máa ń smoke. So bóyá àbí tó ti ń fa igbó ló ti gbọ́ gbogbo ariwo yẹn ṣá tóun ti lọ síbẹ̀. Almost everybody tó wà tó máa ń gbé ń bẹ̀ ọlá ń pè mí ò ń gbé ń bẹ̀ steady báyẹn. Almost everybody tó máa ń gbé nínú ilé yẹn náà ní 1 or 2 ní orí phone. The same thing tí àwọn àdúrà àti Dàmọ́lá.
ṣe gbọ́ almost everybody tó ń gbénu lé yẹn ló ní 1 or 2 things lórí fídíò nípa nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ńjọ́ yẹn. Yet àwọn wọ́n ní kí sáà ní máa ṣe nǹkan kan.
Let me play Mohbad song.
Mo send ẹ̀ sí bàbá mo send ẹ̀ mi ìmọ̀ bí a mo send ẹ̀ sí.
If the song is too loud, please tell me if the song is too loud.
Mo ní bàbá ṣe gbọ́ ọ́díò tí mo send yìí sá. Ìgbà tí bàbá bá padà sọ fún mi wọ́n ní kí n bá sẹ́yìn kẹtùgbọ́.
So gbogbo àlà wà ń bẹ̀. So òru ọjọ́ yẹn bá ṣe dé ẹmọ ti rẹ everybody immediately everybody sùn but OG yẹn kò ń sùn tiẹ̀ because ó máa ń smoke. So bóyá àbí tó ti ń fa igbó ló ti gbọ́ gbogbo ariwo yẹn ṣá tóun ti lọ síbẹ̀. Almost everybody tó wà tó máa ń gbé ń bẹ̀ ọlá ń pè mí ò ń gbé ń bẹ̀ steady báyẹn. Almost everybody tó máa ń gbé nínú ilé yẹn náà ní 1 or 2 ní orí phone. The same thing tí àwọn àdúrà àti Dàmọ́lá yẹn náà gbogbo ẹ̀ náà la gbọ́ sí. So gbogbo nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ kí ẹrù máa bà OG náà nìyẹn tó fi ní ask somehow but mo ṣáà wà ń bẹ̀ ṣá ní alẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn. Àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì èmi fojú kan tèmi fi kúrò ń bẹ̀ o. Èmi ò fojú kan rárá because èmi náà ní àwọn nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ lọ ṣe. Mo dẹ̀ kúrò ń bẹ̀ ní àárọ̀ ọjọ́ yẹn. Àfìgbà tí àdè máa gbọ́ orí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì lèmi gan ti rí kíní. Ìgbà tí máa dẹ̀ pé OG ó dẹ̀ ní bó ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ nìyẹn pé àwọn wà ń bẹ̀ kó tó di pé mi náà dẹ̀ tún wá padà wá síbi bẹ̀.
Ṣé ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó sọ ó lé mi ò fojú kan o ṣe rántí ó lé mi ò fojú kan ṣẹlẹ̀ rántí pé àdúrà náà sọ ó ní kò sẹ́ni tó rí Mohbad lọ́jọ́ Monday ìpẹ́ tó bá sọ pé òun rí Mohbad lọ́jọ́ Monday irọ́ ló pa wọ́n dẹ̀ yìí fi gbogbo àwọn 15 yẹn sílẹ̀ prime boy tí ò sí inú ibẹ̀ yẹn òun lè lọ mú make it make sense ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ lọ.
Oh, bàbá mi ó ti yé mi ń sìn ṣé OG yẹn ni OG bàbá tó máa ń ṣeré yẹn tó máa ń ṣe ẹ ti mọ̀ kọ́ tí mo sọ tó máa ń ṣe content yìí ṣé OG bàbá yẹn náà là ń sọ yìí ẹ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀.
Hello ma, OG òun ni driver Mohbad ọ̀rẹ́ dẹ̀ tún ni wọ́n.
ṣe gbọ́ OG driver Mohbad ẹ dẹ̀ fi gbogbo àwọn yẹn sílẹ̀ ẹ wá ní ká ló máa sanwó autopsy àti toxicology tí life evidence wà ṣe gbọ́ gbogbo àwọn tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ wọ́n ti sá lọ tán wọ́n ti ṣèyí tó fẹ́ ṣe tán ẹ wá ń to àwa public ṣe gbọ́ ọlọ́pàá mọ̀mọ́ kò lọ wọn ṣe investigation àwọn 15 tó wà nílé yẹn àtúwá ní SAN ṣebí a lè blame SAN nǹkan tó bá sọ fún SAN ní SAN máa ṣe èmi dẹ̀ send eléyìí sí bàbá mo ní kí bàbá hà tìlẹ̀ lórí mo ní bàbá ẹ send ẹ̀ sí SAN we need all these people in coroner inquest mo dẹ̀ pé bọ̀dá mú ìwá náà ìgbà tẹ́ máa sọ fún mi ẹni kò kàn ṣe gbogbo ẹni tó bá dá ọkọ̀ ló ń gbé wá sí inquest so ẹ sọ fún mi ṣé mo try best mi mo ní lot of things ti wà tó jẹ́ kí n ti give up but mo pé no kò sẹ́ni tó mú mi wá sínú justice kò dẹ̀ sẹ́ni tó lè lé mi gbogbo evidence wà ńlẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ sọ pé bó tẹ̀ jẹ́ pọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá bá mi sọ fún mi ní common sense ni san náà dẹ̀ ti sọ bí yá san nǹkan ti ń sọ tọ́n sọ pé kí tọ́n dá sí ní san ṣe kúkú sọ́njọ́ yẹn san sọ ní last inquest ó ní if we truly want justice we should not look at the body ó ní gbogbo èèyàn 15 tó wà nínú ilé yẹn ní kọ́kọ́ ṣé kò máa jọra wọn báyìí ọlọ́run á bi gbogbo ẹni tó mọ̀ nípa justice tó fẹ́ tọwọ́ justice bolẹ̀ gbogbo ẹni tó ní kankan lọ́wọ́ àbí tó fẹ́ bà gbogbo justice jẹ́ fáwọn true justice seekers gbogbo ayé ẹ̀ máa bàjẹ́ ni kò ní ràánú gbà lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run àtẹ̀yàn.
mo máa ń pè ní ojì torí pé òun ju gbogbo wa lọ bọ̀ òun ni driver ẹ̀ tó gbé lọ sí Kòròdú òun náà ló máa ń gbé kiri like driver ẹ̀ tó really trust ojú wa lọ.